Hey, Rob from Mortar 42 here, and today we are going to be talking about Tom Clancy's Without Remorse. Yes, a Paramount movie put on Amazon Prime. Let's talk about it. Loosely based on the book written by Tom Clancy, Without Remorse features Michael B. Jordan as John Clark, a Navy SEAL who goes on a path to avenge his wife's murder only to find himself inside of a larger conspiracy. The movie co stars Jodie Turner-Smith, Jamie Bell, and Guy Pearce. Now, I've been a fan of Michael B. Jordan for quite a while. It seems I've seen him in many different little, co-starring roles in different shows over the years. But of course, Black Panther was the movie that really kind of cemented himself, at least in my mind, as being someone to watch and someone to be a fan of. Of course, I didn't see the Creed movies as they came out because I kind of had Rocky fatigue, But I'm serious. Creed is fantastic. I still haven't watched Creed 2 yet, but look, I'm a fan of Michael B. Jordan, and because of him, solely because of him, I was interested in seeing this movie. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of other reason to watch it. He looks great in this role. He's definitely got the charisma. He's got the ability to do action scenes. Everything about the technical aspect of the show is pretty good. The problem is the story is just kind of reminiscent of so many other stories that you've seen before. What's strange about it, at least to me, is that the trailers kind of make it look like almost like, okay, this is a different take on somewhat of a man on fire, revenge story, right? That's kind of the way that the trailer presents it. The movie really doesn't go that route. I would say what you've seen in the trailer is probably like the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes of the movie. The rest of the movie is basically him on a mission. And I don't know. I don't know if it was kind of misrepresented kind of in the trailers, but I feel like the whole kind of idea and the feel of this movie doesn't seem anywhere close to what the trailers show. Now, Stefano Sollima directed this, and he was the director of the sequel to Sicario, The Day of the Soldado, and he actually directed a couple of episodes of 000, which our good old buddy Buccio has told us that yeah, that's actually something to check out. So of course I was kind of excited about this. Pair that with a script co-written by Taylor Sheridan, and I'm like, dude, this is gonna be great. Michael B. Jordan. I mean, this sounds awesome. Unfortunately, the story never reaches anything beyond what we've seen before. I mean, it's a lot of the same. There's nothing in here that was super surprising to me. I wouldn't say that the performances were bad, but the performances seemed flat almost across the board. Even Michael B. Jordan, to a certain extent, felt like he was just kind of going through the motions. There wasn't anything in this that made me go, "Wow, that was awesome." There are a couple of great action set pieces. One involving the crash of a plane. One involving sort of a like an infiltration of an apartment building. It's actually pretty intense stuff. Unfortunately, the action can't sustain itself. You know what I mean? It's not just all action. There's got to be a good story behind it. And to me, the story just fell flat. The weird thing about it, though, and I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but the way that the story progresses, you kind of see how everything's going to go, right? And the credits roll, and you're just kind of like, okay. I mean, okay. But then there's like an after credit scene. And I got to say, the the after credit scene got me excited. It was like, "Oh, really? Okay. I'm down for that." Yeah. So, basically, like I said, it is the start of a franchise. At least an attempt to start a franchise. And I'm kind of okay with that. A lot of people that I've read online, are very very upset because they took the title of the book, right, Without Remorse, but didn't keep any of the story. I mean, the story is completely different than how the book, went down. The book was set in Vietnam. Of course, maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they don't want to do sort of a period piece. I get that. I understand it, and you can update it. But they didn't even take the shell of the story and sort of update it to modern times. They literally just wrote a different movie and then just took the name. It's very strange to me. So it's kind of like, okay, we got the character, we're setting up his sort of backstory, and this is kind of what this movie is. I just wish it was better. I gotta say, it for me. It was quite a disappointment. I mean, I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting more of a an emotional gut punch. You know what I mean? Like Man on Fire. Wow, that movie just really has an emotional core that really sustains everything that happens in the movie. This was just kind of like, yeah, okay. I get it, I guess, but it just it didn't grab me, and I really wanted it to grab me. And that's kind of what makes it even more disappointing, is because I don't I don't like giving movies bad reviews, especially movies that I felt like, man, you can actually feel that there was a lot of potential here and a lot of passion put into this. Because I mean, if you just look at Michael B. Jordan, the way he looks, Jodie Turner-Smith, they both look awesome in these roles, action wise. I mean, they look like they actually know what they're doing. So they had to go through a bunch of training to get this done, and it's a bummer when all the pieces just don't fall together, and it just makes a blah movie. So overall, I think I'm gonna give this. I mean, like I said, I hate to do this, but I think I'm gonna give this a 2.5 out of 4. I mean, I just can't. I can't in good conscience, give it a higher score than that. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those weird movies, like On the Fence, where, like, if you've got Amazon Prime, you could probably watch worse movies than this. So, Tom Clancy's Without Remorse. What did you think of it? I mean, do you agree with me? Do you felt like it was just kind of flat? I mean, did you really like it? I mean, I'm kind of curious what people think about this. Let me know down below and we'll discuss it. So, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.